In this video, I give ChatGPT control of $10,000 to see if it can profitably trade crypto. No strategy, no plan, just ask ChatGPT exactly which coins to trade, and I'm gonna execute those trades on my account. Let's get straight into it. So this is the prompt I'm going to be using. Give me 10 random crypto trades. For each one, give me a random coin. You pick, right, from the top 100 just to make sure I can buy it easily enough. Give me a buy time. Tell me the exact time I need to buy and the exact time I need to sell, but keep it within 48-hour windows. That way we can get this video done for you guys. So I'm going to hit this now. It's going to generate me a list of the 10 coins I need to trade and the exact times. I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to put $1,000 into each of the coins ChatGPT tells me to, and then let's come back and analyze to see if ChatGPT is profitable and then compare it to a professional trader, because I've been trading for many years. Can it outperform me as well? Let's get into it. So here we have it. Here are the exact 10 trades that ChatGPT wants me to take. You can see it's got Injective, Arweave, Matic, Rune, some good picks here, right? Solana, Doge, Cardano, Link. For an AI bot, it's picked all the solid cryptos and it's giving me the exact buy time and the exact sell time UTC. So I'm going to go ahead and take these trades. I'm then going to do some analysis and then I'll report back on the findings. I'm going to put $1,000 on every single one. I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to enter exactly on the candlestick when it's asked me, and I'll sell exactly at the time it's asked me as well. Of course, there will be some differences on when I get filled and don't get filled in the exchange, but we should get a good understanding nonetheless. Let's go do it. Pause! If you want to see more crypto trading challenges like this, then smash this video up to 1,000 likes and we'll do another amazing challenge for you guys. Now let's get back into this video. So it's now Monday the 21st of April. The last trade that ChatGPT asked me to close was on the 19th of April. I've analyzed all the results and you're going to be shocked. Like, ChatGPT was not what you think. So I've got all the results here, but first let's jump into the chart and start looking how it performed on each and every single one of these trades. So let's take a look at the first trade here that it shared. It was Injective, and it asked me to enter on the 15th of April at 10 a.m. I got filled at $8 on Injective. It asked me to close this a day later on the 16th of April at 8 a.m. When I sold, I got filled at $7.60. So without accounting for any fees here, guys, remember this doesn't account for any fees, I'm down 4.97% on the first trade. So not a solid start here from ChatGPT. The next trade it asked me to take was on Arweave. Again, it asked me to enter on the 11th of April at 2 p.m. I managed to get in at $5.36 on Arweave. By the time it asked me to get out on the Saturday, the next day at 2 p.m., price had pumped quite well. I managed to get filled at $5.61, but this did go as high as $5.68. So I missed some of the gain, but by the time it asked me to get out, I followed the rules. $5.61. That's a 4.66% win. So almost making up for the Injective loss, which is a pretty good comeback from ChatGPT. Let's move on to our third trade now, which was Polygon. And Polygon was a bit of a break-even trade here. You can see it asked me to get in. I managed to get in at 0.18 here on Polygon Matic, and I sold the next day when it told me to at 3 p.m. and it was about the same, 0.1804. So to all intents and purposes, it was a slight gain, 0.16. I'm going to class it as break-even. No damage done on this trade on Polygon. The fourth trade it asked me to take was Rune, right? 4chain, which was an interesting trade. Let's take a look at how this one performed. Let's just scroll back here. It asked me to jump in on the 10th of April at 4 p.m. I managed to get in at $1.62. And when it asked me to get out at 2 p.m. the next day, price was at $1.11. So a 4.98%. That's pretty good, guys. 5% spot on Thor Chain in about 24 hours. Not bad whatsoever from ChatGPT. Like, hugely shocked by that trade. The next trade it asked me me to pull up, which was the 5th trade, so we're at the halfway point here on ChatGPT's trading mission, was Solana. Took a slight L on Solana, down 1%. It asked me to get in at 131. I got out at 129.9, so I lost about $1 on the Solana, down 1% on Solana. Not the worst trade in the world, but again, market wasn't supportive. And again, I do want to emphasize, this is ChatGPT trading through a difficult period. For those who aren't familiar with the wider markets, Trump was going crazy with the tariffs, so markets were struggling during this period. So take these results with a pinch of salt, or at least add that as some context. Trade number 6, going on to Dogecoin. Dogecoin asked me to jump in on the 18th of April at 1 p.m. It asked me to leave by Saturday the next day at 5 p.m. So just over 24 hours in this trade. I managed to get in at 15 cents, 15.5 exactly, and I managed to sell at 15.7, giving me a % gain. Not too shabby. I mean, it's pretty sideways in this period anyway, so not too bad here on Dogecoin. 1% up, another winning trade. Trade number 7. Cardano. So ChatGPT asked me to jump into Cardano, and you can see this is a very volatile coin, particularly during this period. When I got in on the 16th of April at 2 p.m., I got in for 60 cents. This pumped quite high actually during the time I had it. It went as high as 62.3, but again, ChatGPT didn't tell me to sell up here, right? By the time ChatGPT told me to sell, price had come down a little bit. I still won the trade up, well, ChatGPT still won the trade up 2.2%. Not too shabby. Trade number 8, Chainlink. ChatGPT asked me to get in at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. It asked me to get out by 4 p.m. on the Wednesday, but this one, as you can see, lost 2.8%. So by the time it asked me to get in, guys, I got in at 12.7-ish, and by the time I got out, I got in at 12.3. Now, the worrying thing here, guys, this could have been much worse. Can you see this big dump candle? I mean, this is a nasty candlestick here, but equally, see this big pump? I missed that. If I didn't catch that big pump, I would have sold here. So if I sold in either side of where ChatGPT asked me to sell, which incidentally was exactly at that kind of 4 p.m. level, I would have got wrecked. So let's just take this measuring tool just so you can see. If I took that from there down to the bottom of that red candle, I could have lost 5% on this trade. So losing 2.8% doesn't feel as bad. I mean, if I held for another couple of hours, if ChatGPT asked me to, I could have been down 6.2%. So, swings and roundabouts here, but got away with one there thanks to this big candlestick. Next trade, Litecoin, the penultimate trade, the 9th trade that I asked ChatGPT to share. 11 a.m. on the Thursday, asked me to close on the Friday at 3 p.m. Another winner, right? Only 1.3%, but it's another winner. I bought just shy of $75, sold just shy of $76, a nice cheeky 1.4%. Not too shabby. Now again, had we have held for a few more hours, which is always the beauty of hindsight, right? Every trader knows you don't use hindsight. We could have been up closer to 3%, but that's the thing. ChatGPT's a robot. It doesn't have any emotions. It just gave me some random dates, and that's the beauty of this. Final trade here is Ethereum. It went for the big gun, and as soon as it shared Ethereum, I knew it wasn't going to be a crazy return, right? It's hard for Ethereum to move so many percent in, a day or a few hours. But 1.1% up. And again, I'd want to emphasize this is during a market which was not the best, right? This was not the best market given the panic in the market around the Trump tariffs. So for another 1.2% here, not too shabby. It asked me to buy at 9 a.m. on a Friday. It asked me to sell at Saturday at 5 o'clock, which is fairly low volumes to be fair, but still delivered a good return. I bought Ethereum at 15.84, sold at 16.03, and to be fair, had I just hold for another hour, had ChatGPT have just asked me to hold for another hour, Ethereum pumped up to 1630, which would have been a 3% return. I would have more than doubled my return if ChatGPT just asked me for, the next hour. Okay, so let's analyze the results now. So here are all the trades we've taken. The win percentage ended up being 60%, which is not too shabby. 6 wins out of 10. Now, if you include the break even, which was technically slightly in the green, 0.16 in the green, green. That's a 70% win ratio. In other words, not too shabby whatsoever. Very, very solid performance here by ChatGPT. And did I make a bunch of money? No. I mean, we put $1,000 into each of these, right? So we put 10 grand in the market. We made 69 bucks. I mean, it was barely a percent up overall, but the win percentage was a bit solid. For something which was so random, remember, I didn't ask ChatGPT to do any analysis or try to pick really good coins or time the market and pick a good time when it's time to trade in the market. Just give me 10 coins, give me random buy and sell times, and you can see it delivered a statistically significant, right? 60% more wins, and if you include the break even, 70% wins versus the remainder being losses. Not too shabby. Now, are these the kind of results I would expect? No. If you guys are following my Telegram, link is in description, you will see that my trading returns are far better than that, thankfully, but not too shabby from ChatGPT. Let me know in the comments, what else should we challenge ChatGPT to do? Or should we pick something a little bit more random? Should we let a monkey pick our trades next time? Hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to smash up likes, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.